guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beatrice and this is Gun's Way to Homeschool. In today's video, I wanted to share an activity kit that we got for our daughter way back when we first started to teach her the alphabet, colors, and shapes. It was a great help for her and I thought it would be a good help for you guys. So this is the kit. It's called Kindergarten Readiness Kit. And I believe we found it on Amazon. It comes with great activities. This says for ages 4 to 6, but you could totally use it for younger kids if you're just starting to introduce colors, shapes, and letters, because it comes with little critters of different shapes and different colors. It comes with cards. It comes with the different shapes, also in different colors, and with the letters for you to teach them the ABCs, and it comes with capital letters and lowercase letters. Next, I'm going to show you guys 2 of the activities that you guys can do at home with your kids. So I'm going to show you guys first the back of the box, which shows a little bit more in detail of what the box contains, and it has this little it's called a gator grabber. It's like a little clip, and it's for your child to grab the different items and move them. And then it also contains 20 critter counters for beginning math skills. I also used it for her colors and like I said, also motor skills to pick up the critters and move them over to wherever I would tell her to move them to. And then it has 34 picture cards to develop rhyming and reading skills, the 20 puzzle cards with 60 shapes to reinforce early geometry skills. I hope that you guys can see that. Maybe I'll get closer. And the 1 number cube. It also has the letters, 52 upper and lowercase letters, and the lace for you to help your child, or for your child to start putting the letters into the lace or the string. Also helps with motor skills, and it says to help develop key alphabet and reading skills. And then 1 write and wipe board for writing practice once your child is ready for that. And then 32-page guide with over 60 leveled activities. And this is the parent guide that I was telling you. I think I did mention it before. And then 24-page write and wipe activity book, which my girl loves, or loved. She still uses some of this just when she does a little play on her own. But yeah, I found this kit to be super helpful for our daughter. So I'm going to show you 2 activities that I did with her, but as you can see, you can do a ton of things with it. I'm going to show you how we use this, the critter counter with the grabber, and then I'll show you yes, thank you. And I'll show you a little bit of how we use the shapes. Okay, so for the smaller kids, to help them with fine motor skills, we're going to show you, my daughter's going to help me, we're going to show you one of the activities that you can do with the gator grabber and with the critters. When she was smaller and I was trying to work with her on her motor skills, I would say to her, at the time, honestly, I don't remember if by then she knew all the names of the critters. So I think I remember saying to her, can you grab a dragonfly and bring it in the plate? And she would pick it up and move it to the plate. And then I would say, you know, can you grab the bee and bring it to the plate? Thank you. Can you grab the caterpillar? Yes. But yeah, this is basically what I would do with her, for her to kind of learn to, you know, to work on her fine motor skills. So another thing that I would do with her with the critters would be, instead of me just saying, can you grab the dragonfly, I would say, can you grab the purple dragonfly? And then she would pick it up and move it to the plate, and I would have her say purple dragonfly.
Purple dragonfly.
And so on. So then I would say, can you pick up the, this one's hard to pick up with the grabber, but you can try. I would say the blue spider, and then she would say blue spider.
Blue spider.
And then I would say, can you pick up the yellow bee? And then I would have her pick up the yellow bee. So as your child starts to learn the colors of things and the names of the little critters, then you don't have to like point to them. But at first, if they are not familiar with the names or they're not recognizing all the colors yet, then you can point to it as you are saying it, and then that way they start to recognize, okay, well, this is a caterpillar, or this is the red caterpillar, this is the blue spider, and so on. So this is a cool activity that I would do with her using this kit. Hopefully that helps you guys, and let's move on to the next one. These are the the different shapes. And when I was first, again, I'll do the, I'll give you an idea of how to use it for the younger kids that might not know all the shapes yet, or you're just starting to introduce them. Instead of using flashcards, which with her at the beginning before we got this kit, I did use flashcards. But if you just want to get this kit and start with this could totally help with that too. So with the flashcards, I would do as she was sitting at the table or anywhere. Mostly was when she was maybe sitting at the table on her, at the time she was still using a high chair. So as she was on her high chair, I would just show her the shape, and I would just say circle. And I can't, to be honest, I think I started to introduce them to her when she was about 2.5, and I don't recall her saying the words yet, but I know that she would start to recognize them. So at first, I would just say circle, and then I would say triangle, square, rectangle, hexagon. And I know you probably think hexagon, I mean, if my child is only 2 or even 3, they're not going to be able to say hexagon. But it's important for you to just say them, say the names to your child, and you'll see that as time goes on, and the more you say it to them and they hear it, they will start to not just recognize it when you're saying it, but also start to try to say the words. And it's okay if at first they don't know how to say the words. It just depends how small they are, and how, you know, as they get older, of course, they're going to start to be able to pronounce these names better. So that's how I started to first introduce them to her. And then as she started to recognize the shapes, then I would put them down like this for her, right? And I would say to her, can you find me a circle? And then she would find the circle and she would put it, you know, whatever I did, if I said put it here for me. And then I would say, can you find me the rectangle? Very good. And then I would say to her, can you find me the square? Very good. And this is just how I would just go through it with her and say, can you find me, until she found all the different shapes. And then, you know, like for example, there's another circle here. And then I would say, if I said to her, can you find me another circle? So then she would put it on top of the circle. And yeah, that's a good way for for you to start introducing the shapes to the smaller kids. And then just like with the critters, I would also do the colors. So then I would say, can you find me a purple square? So then she would find the purple square. Thank you. And then I would say, can you find me the yellow circle? And then I would say, can you find me the blue rectangle? Very good. And that's a good way to practice colors. And now if you want to do, which I didn't do for the critters, but I'm going to do for this one, if you want to do math, ones as they, you know, this is as first you introduce the shapes, then you start to introducing them to, you know, now just not just listening to them, but they're identifying them, and then they're picking them up and actually, you know, selecting them or finding them, you know. Then you can also move on to the colors. Like, did I say that about the colors already? And then as they progress, then you can introduce a little bit of math, right? So if you say, for example, they find all the different shapes, right? So then you say, okay, now she has 2 squares and she has 2 rectangles, right? And then I say to her, okay, can you tell me how many squares you have?
2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
And she's still using her baby voice. Very good. So you have 2 squares. So can you say 2 squares?
2 squares.
Very good. And then I would say, how many rectangles do you have?
1, 2. 2 rectangles.
Very good. And how many circles do you have?
1 circle.
Very good. So yeah, so that's a fun way for them to also you know, start to learn counting and numbers with the shapes. And then the activity book that comes with the kit is this one, and here, as you can see, it says shape identification. Find and match a geometric shape from your kit to the geometric shape below. Name and identify the shapes. So this is pretty helpful, like what I was doing for her to find the shapes. If you wanted to use the activity book, then you can do that, and you can just give your child all the shapes like this, and then ask them to find the circle and place it there. And as they find it, then, you know, for the older kids that are able to say the words, then you can have them find it and say it as they place it there. So can you please find me a square?
Square.
And then I'll say, find me a diamond.
Diamond.
Very good. Find me a triangle.
A triangle.
Very good. And it's basically the same thing as what I was doing before. If you want to say a purple square or a orange triangle or a blue diamond, the same thing. And then with the math, the same. You can ask your child to find both of the squares and then ask them to count how many they have. And as they get much older, like now my daughter is 6, so if I was to do this activity with her and kind of practice more of her addition, I could have her find all the shapes, and then have her add all the circles, all this plus, and say, how many shapes do you have in total? Not just how many do you have of this, how many do you have of that, how many do you have of that, but then say, how many shapes do you have in total? And then that's something else that you could do with an older child like her, that she's 6 already and knows a lot more for addition and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, these are 2 of the items that come in the kit, and as you can see, there's different ways that you can use them, quite a few ways that you can use them, and not just for the 4 to 6 year olds, but even the younger children, to start introducing them to these things, the colors and the shapes, and counting, and just fine motor skills and all that good stuff. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below. If you guys want us to maybe go through the other items that are in the kit and show you how we use them, or give you ideas on how to use them with your children, let me know in the comments below as well. And do you want to say anything?
Make sure you like the video and subscribe for us. Thank you for watching. Bye.
So that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and that it was helpful for you. I'm going to leave the link of where we found it in the description box. If you get it, let me know how you like it. If you end up using it with your kids, also let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions, anything you want to tell me, leave it down below for me. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe, give me a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!